Hi, you're watching NeuroMoves on the Couch. I'm Noah, a physiotherapist from NeuroMoves Adelaide.
And I'm Jess, exercise physiologist from NeuroMoves Canberra.
And today we're going to be talking about a holistic approach to neuro-rehabilitation. Jess, can you start us off? What does a holistic approach look like to you at NeuroMoves?
Look, it's a really great topic because I think that's one thing that NeuroMoves is so great at, is delivering that holistic approach. And when I speak on that wholesome kind of approach to your therapy, it's about not just focusing on your rehab, but also looking at your social, your community, everything that's involved, and acknowledging, I guess, that there's that multidisciplinary involvement. It's not just about physios and EPs and exercise, it's making sure that someone is really well looked after and supported in what they're doing in their rehab journey, and how that changes and develops over time, and that network of people around you might change and over time as well. So really important topic to discuss, I think.
Absolutely. I think you really can't separate what we're doing in the clinic from everything else around that as well. Like, while what we might be doing with somebody is a simple exercise for a few sets, a few repetitions, whatnot, if they're feeling like crap or they're feeling, isolated because their wider sort of network isn't being looked after, something like that, then that's going to directly affect that. And I think that, it's something that we absolutely need to be just obviously aware of as a general, but obviously do what we can as well to try to help our clients as well. Like, I think there's definitely times where maybe their sort of more wider, bigger picture hasn't been looked after as well. So maybe we can refer on or just at least even just chat to them about some other potential options or things like that. Do you have any go-tos in that space?
Yeah, I think one thing we do well is obviously engaging in different scopes of practice. Obviously yourself as a physio, myself as an exercise physiologist, have slightly different views on how we approach a certain approach a certain goal or help someone achieve a certain goal. I think also just in that NeuroMoves environment, we're really good at embracing that kind of community feel and that community approach. And we've got a really good vibe in a clinic where there might be group sessions going on, or there might be individual sessions, one-on-ones. I think we offer such a broad spectrum of options to our clients, and sometimes I find a lot of our clients that we see and they come through, they actually build their own community of support, even within our clinics. And I think it's so lovely to see, people that we've come through our doors that actually then go and catch up for coffee afterwards, or they build these friendships and these networks from their rehab and can share their journey and share their experiences.
Like you mentioned, we have a couple of groups of clients at our clinic where they catch up for coffee before their sessions, and then all come in together. And I think having that shared space at NeuroMoves as well is massive, where sometimes it can sometimes be detrimental to the session in terms of just clients distracting each other and stuff. But I think for building that more of a community and, like I said, more of that holistic approach, it's so beneficial. And we've certainly seen that with certain clients come through where maybe they started off a little bit more enclosed and a little bit in their own world, and they've come from an area where they felt like they were essentially on their own. But then they come into this very welcoming, sort of warm community and see other people who are in potentially a similar situation to them. And then they get to get all the benefits of having that sort of shared experience together, and in a nice open environment where it's not just one-on-one with us. While the session may technically be, there's also a lot more going on, and I think we're great at really embracing that.
Yeah, I think we can learn a lot from each other and from our clients as well, and clients can learn off other clients. We often see a couple of our guys sort of engaging in talk, most recently about, say we've got a couple of clients who want to travel and go overseas, and they'll know that someone else has recently been on a trip, and they're asking each other around some of the challenges they faced and things that they overcame or strategies that they utilised. And I think that's really nice that we can support that, as well as having that task-specific training that we would do in our individual sessions. It's really about that broader community approach.
Absolutely. I think as well, it's just so critical for us to really get to know the client as well. Like, obviously we love the community and then getting to talk and interact with other clients, but just for us to really get to know the client, build rapport with them, get to know their likes, their dislikes. I think just having that, once again, that holistic mindset. Sometimes just having a chat with them about what they're up to for the weekend or something. If they're feeling a bit down, that can just pick them up, and it might be nothing related to whatever their condition is or what we're working on that day. But just having a normal conversation with them like we would anyone on the street can just have such a massive difference, I think. And I think it makes our job certainly more enjoyable, but particularly I think the clients can really, once we build that relationship with them. And I think as a secondary to that, it allows us to often get more buy-in, actually better tailor our sort of rehab approach to what they ultimately want once we really get to know them, because they might be a little bit guarded initially, might not tell us exactly sort of maybe what they're feeling or where they want to go. But if we can sort of, like I said, break down those barriers a little bit sometimes, and yeah, it just gets something more and more out of their rehab, and like I said, it makes it more enjoyable for us as well as obviously most importantly the clients.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really great to see, obviously, breaking down those barriers and building that rapport with people. But, you know, on the flip side of that, I guess we see those people come into the clinic really driven with a really clear goal. And I think it's really important that we, you know, acknowledge that and support that person and create whatever, or help facilitate whatever environment we can to help them achieve those goals, whether it be transferring into a car or getting up off the floor, or maybe interacting with their grandkids, and really making those goals specific and that task specific training where we can simulate an environment and support that for their rehab as well.
Absolutely.
This is NeuroMoves on the Couch. Thanks for watching. Find us on socials or on our website for more.